Okay, good afternoon, children. So, today we are going to continue with the new lesson that is uh, continue with the lesson that is World Wars, the world between the world wars, in which today we are going to focus on the topic Russian Socialist Revolution. So let us discuss about Russian Socialist Revolution. So Russia was ruled by. So here Russia was ruled by. Okay, Russia was ruled by czars. Czars. Czars means kings. So Russia was ruled by czars in the early 20th century. As it was a vast area, large area, okay, spread over two continents, Europe and Asia. So it compromised several nations like Russia, Ukraine, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan. So all these were a part of Russia once. So the feudal lords owned a lot of land under their control. Okay, and the Tsar Nicholas. Okay, the Tsar Nicholas II. He was actually the last ruler of Tsar Nicholas II was the last ruler of Russia. The Tsar Nicholas II ruled over his vast Russian empire with the help of army and bureaucrats. Okay, bureaucrats means administrative members. So in 1917, Russia has lost a lot of lives. Okay, almost 2 million lives, 2 million soldiers and civilians. So almost 2 million people lost their life in Russia. Okay, 2 million people lost their life in Russia. So a vast amount of food was required. There was a shortage of food. There is a lot of shortage of food. Okay, so Russia had a revolution in two stages. So Russia on March 18th, 1917. The first stage is on March 18th, 1917. Here, okay, 10,000 women in the capital, St. Petersburg. Okay, the capital at the time was St. Petersburg, took out a procession. Okay, a procession demanding peace and bread. So, what is the need there? Peace and bread. That means food. Okay. As you know, Russia was involved in the war. There was always violence, some kind of problems in the society. Tsar Nicholas II ordered to suppress these people, these demonstrations. Even he ordered that if required, the army was allowed to go for firing. Okay, but the situations became reverse. The soldiers who were ordered to go and control if required fire on them, instead of firing, they also joined the demonstrators. Understood? So after that, in just 2 days, Tsar Nicholas left the kingdom throne and escaped from there. Understood? And after he escaped, a provincial government was established. So this was the March Revolution in Russia. So this is actually March Revolution, or you can call it as February Revolution also. So why there is a difference is Russia before the during the 1970s or before the 1950s, they used to follow a calendar different from other world. So during the World War One, they followed a different calendar which had almost 13 days difference from the other calendar remaining world which followed. So the common people were no, a bigger revolution. So this is a revolution which took place in February or March revolution, and after that another bigger revolution took place in October. Okay, so first revolution took place in March or February. The another revolution took place in October, or you will call it as November revolution also. Okay, you will call it as November revolution in the same 1917. Understood? The common people were like fed up, tired of the actions or the steps taken by the government. There was a lot of economic downfall, shortage of food. They don't want to involve in the war. The common people are against the war. They don't want the government of Russia to continue the war. So these common people started organizing themselves into councils, groups, called these councils as Soviets. The people who are in the councils, they are called as Soviets, which were united by a group of Russian Communist Party called Bolsheviks. So there is a political party called as Bolsheviks, who organized a group councils in which the members will be there, and those members will be called as Bolsheviks. And the leader of Bolshevik party is Vladimir Lenin. Vladimir. Okay, VLADIMER. Vladimir. LENIN. Vladimir Lenin. Understood? Vladimir Lenin. So, Vladimir Lenin, the leader of Bolshevik party, is in favor of people, supported the people who demanded that all the land should be nationalized, okay, and it should be redistributed among the peasants. Clear? So the Bolshevik Soviets, the people of the members of councils under the Bolshevik leadership, who is the leader? Vladimir Lenin, seized the power, means occupied the power, and they formed the provincial government in November 1917. Okay, then November 1917. Clear? Then the war was led by the armies by Russian monarchists, means those who are monarchs, they are against this communist soldiers. Okay, what we call Soviets. So, anti-communist soldiers, monarchs, fought with the Russians, the Soviets, and with the help of Britain, France, USA, Japan, they were defeated by 1920. Okay. So, however, gradually, most of the nations that came under the empire of the Tsar agreed to join. That means during the 1917, after the provincial government was formed, several parts of Russia like Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, other parts, they were given independence. But once the Soviets had power in Russia, they came back and they wanted to be a part of Russia. Okay, so here the Tsar agreed to join the Union of Soviet Socialist Republic. which was set up by the Soviet government of Russia in 1922. Is it clear? So this is all about Russia. So Russia now became USSR. Hereafter, from 1922, you call it as USSR. So Russia tried, that is USSR tried to build a Soviet, a country which was industrially developed, and they wanted to make Russia a modern country. Okay, though there was some problems in the country, like discrimination among the people, okay, gender, language.
Sir, unmute your mic.
Sir, you are muted, sir.
Okay, so are you able to hear my voice? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you are able to hear me. So no problem. Now, let us see about Stalin. Okay, so after the Lenin, the Bolshevik leader, his unexpected death, Stalin emerged as a powerful leader. Okay, so Lenin, who died in 1924, after him, Stalin emerged as a strong leader of Communist Party. Okay, he used his knowledge, and he was actually a undisputed leader of Russia. Understood? He was undisputed leader of Russia. He tried to build the he tried to build the economy of Russia. He wanted to make Russia economically strong. So USSR, so we know why we call USSR. So he began a program of planned economic system. He began undisputed means everyone is in favor of him. There is no enemy or opponent to him. Okay. So he started a program called as 5-year plan. So economic development program. Understood? So the program had a twin policy. This program has a twin policy. First is fast industrialization in Russia. Okay, fast industrialization in Russia. Second policy is collectivization of agriculture. Means all the agriculture land put together and agriculture is done. So agricultural development activity industrial development activity. So both are the plans implemented by the Stalin for the development. So impact of Russian Revolution on the world. Let us see the impact of Russian Revolution on the world. See, I'm giving you only main points. I'm not giving complete story. So let us see the impact of Russian Revolution on the world. So after seeing the Russian Revolution, many people from different countries in the world got inspired. How? See, when the people of Russia revolted against the king, they were successful in removing the king and establishing a parliamentary or a provincial form of government where the people can exercise their rights. Understood? So, even many countries got inspiration from the revolution, Russian Revolution. See, there are many Indian leaders like M.N. Roy, Rabindranath Tagore, Jawaharlal Nehru. All these were actually communist leaders. Though they are parties different, like Congress party, the ideas are communist ideas. So many people were horrified by the violence used by Russia to suppress opposition, and they denied multi-party system. There are some positives and some negatives. Okay. See, George Orwell, and a writer, he used to write books. So in his famous satiric novel, he described the method of rule in Russia as animal farm, animal farm, to highlight how the ideals, the principles of Russian Revolution were going on, how the Russia was suffering. Okay, is it clear? So for him it may be. So there are positive and negative, but we can say that in simple words we can say that Russian Revolution inspired many countries like India to get the independence. How? See, when the people of Russia revolted against their own king, people of India, why can't they fight with the Britishers who are not from India, who are completely controlling in India? Did you understand? So many countries got inspired from this and they fought, they also revolted against the colonialists, and finally many countries got, what you say, independence also. Okay, so Russian Revolution has a positive impact and some negative impact also. Is it clear? Hmm? Shall I conduct a quiz about the Russian Socialist Revolution? Yes? Yes or no? Okay, I will try. I'll see whether the content is available or not. Do it fast, okay? Very, very important thing.
Okay. The link is sent to you. I'll stop recording.